Hey everyone, it's Nathan here. When it comes time to move, expand, or upgrade, there's a lot that can go wrong with network and security systems. So picking the right installation partner is crucial to your long-term success. The problem is finding a technology partner you can trust isn't always easy. When we meet new prospective clients, we hear a gamut of issues they're facing with their current or past vendors. Many times, they report to us that they've called or emailed their vendor and there's no response. No ongoing support after the install. They've called their vendor for help and they're just not arriving quick enough. The people we hired don't seem to know what they're doing. The system I purchased didn't work the way I expected it to. Since our system's been installed, there's been one issue after another, and I'm being charged an arm and a leg every time the vendor comes out. Our current vendor is not professional. Their people show up late. They don't have uniforms, they're not polite or courteous. It feels like there's no sense of urgency with my current vendor. We have a lot of locations and they can't keep up with us. We hate the system we bought, but we're stuck with it. The level of quality sucks, but we don't have the budget to replace it. We'll have to wait for the next move or upgrade. Let's face it, there are some risks involved with hiring the wrong low voltage partner. With so much on the line, this can cause a lot of anxiety and frustration, and that's the last thing you need. In this video, we'll cover the 12 questions you should be asking your low voltage partner before you decide to hire them for your next project. Question number one, what verticals and services do they specialize in? You definitely want to look for an expert in the field, and you want to find a vendor who specializes in the environment that your business operates in. Whether that be a retail space, an industrial space, or any other space, it's important that they're used to working in that space regularly. If they are, they're gonna be an expert and add value and understand more of what you're looking for. When it comes to low voltage services, there are tons of different services, solutions, and manufacturers or brands. It's important that you look for a vendor who has the right solution to solve the problems you're trying to solve. Question two, can they be a single source for all the low voltage solutions you need? The last thing you want to do is have to work with 2, 3, 4, 5 different vendors to get the building or to get the office set up the way you need it. There's enough that's going to be going on, and having to manage multiple vendors for different solutions or services can create a lot of hassle. Finding a vendor that can do all of the low voltage services under one roof allows for a lot of simplicity and efficiency. Question three, what kind of response time should we expect when it comes to communication, projects, and service? With communication, it's important that you have regular, often and early communication with your partner. With projects, it's important to know lead times and capacity on when your vendor or your partner will be able to show up on site, but also a schedule that shows when they will be able to complete the project. And then lastly, with service, it's important that after the project, you have an understanding of what you can expect when it comes to service times and timeframes. Question three, what kind of response time should we expect on communication, lead times on projects, and response times on service? It's important that you set expectations with your partner and make sure they're able to meet them prior to getting engaged in any type of project. So knowing what the communication expectation is up front and early on before the project starts is important. Most of the time, a 24-hour response is the right answer to a communication response time. Before you move forward on a project, it's always important to ask for a schedule and lead times. Days with post-pandemic supply chain issues can be a challenge for any partner to provide products on time. Most partners are also busy and have some type of backlog. So asking these questions up front on project lead times are very important, especially if you have some type of project deadline, time frame, relocation project or construction project that has to meet certain dates or milestones. Lastly, what are the response times for your service? At some point after the install, you're gonna need some type of support. Knowing what to expect when you make a phone call, send an email is important. You don't want to have to figure that out after the system or install has been completed. Question four, what's their coverage area? It's important to understand if this partner will be able to help you across all of your locations. If you're a single location, it might just be a local partner. But if you have multiple locations across the country, it's nice to know that you can call on one partner for every location. Question 5, what does the process look like if we decide to hire you? What you're looking for here is to make sure the partner has a clear answer and steps that they plan on taking you through. If they stumble or hesitate or don't have a real clear way of painting a picture on the process and the experience that you're gonna go through, it might point to the fact that they don't have their process dialed in. When you're asking this question, it's important to also ask about deliverables. Ask what kind of deliverables will be delivered to you during the process. For example, during the design process at Empire, we deliver a design, a floor plan. That way you can start seeing a picture of how the install is gonna go. Same thing with a proposal. What's the proposal gonna look like? Is it gonna meet and provide all the information that you're looking for? What you don't wanna do is get too far down the process and find out that you're missing some deliverables that you might be looking for. Successful low voltage partners will have a clearly defined process that they plan on taking you through. They'll be able to paint a picture of your experience. Most importantly, they'll be able to take you through a proven process and provide a predictable outcome that's going to benefit your organization. Question 6, why should we choose your company? There's a lot of low voltage partners out there to choose from. So knowing what differentiates the partner you're interviewing or talking with is critical to making the right decision. There should be something that separates them, whether it's expertise, knowledge, response times, experience. Question 7, who will be our point of contact before, during, and after the project? Knowing who you're gonna be working with throughout the process is very important. Making sure you're familiar and comfortable with the current contact, but also have an understanding of what's gonna happen once the project starts. Will you be introduced to a subcontractor or to a project manager? What's going to happen after the install's done and you need some service? Are you going to be calling the original contact, or will you be looking at calling a service department, or is there outsourced service? These are all questions that can be answered before you even engage into a project. Question 8, what does your warranty cover, and do you offer any guarantees? Most electronic security systems and network and IT systems should last you around 5 years before you need to replace them. Having a strong warranty or preventative maintenance is important, but it's also important to dive in and ask some questions about the warranty. Does the warranty cover labor? Does it cover parts? Is there anything that isn't covered? What about lifts if you're in an industrial building? Are there any charges when something goes wrong? What are some things that come up that won't be covered, like vandalism or acts of God or weather? Question 9, can I see a demo or examples of your work? The partner you're talking with should definitely be ready to give you references, send you pictures, take you to a customer location, whatever it takes to make you feel comfortable with the level of quality. At our office, we've built more of a showroom. We bring clients in regularly to show them the quality of work that we do. We also have all of the systems that we install. We're able to demo those systems, allow customers to put their hands on these systems, and make sure that these are systems they're gonna love once they're installed. Question 10, what are your company's core values? Knowing the type of company you're working with and understanding what they're really about. Do they have a strong culture? Do they stand by certain principles and have certain promises that they offer you? Are they men of their word or women of their word? Do their values line up with what you're looking for? Are you able to trust them? Are they going to care about your project the way you care about the project? What proactive steps will they be taking to ensure your success? Are you going to like working with them? Do they have the right attitude? Lastly, what's their communication style? Does it fit with what you're looking for? Question 11, what kinds of things will come up during our project that will require the price to change? There's a huge concern out there in construction with change orders. A lot of times a low voltage partner will give you an upfront price only to change it as the project progresses. Knowing what can cause these kind of changes and asking before the project starts can really help secure and safeguard your organization from paying too much for a project. Unfortunately, these are games sometimes that contractors can play. And so it's important to ask up front, what's not included? What is outside of the scope that might come up? What is unforeseen here? And these are questions that also can be answered by asking references. Did you have any change orders that were unforeseen, that weren't created on your behalf? That way we can make sure we keep projects on budget. Question 12, what's the process for controlling quality? What kinds of things does your company do to make sure that the outcome that we're looking for is a high quality product and a high quality install? If we get everything installed, but it's not to a standard, it's not going to last, and your investment will not give you the return that you're looking for. When you ask this question, you're looking for the steps along the way of the install and during the process that you're working with this partner to make sure that they're looking after quality. Do they have someone who does any type of quality check? Do they do anything before they close out a project to ensure it was done to a standard? Questions are a great way to start finding out if you're dealing with the right partner. But unfortunately, you also have to do your own research. And of course, all of the research can be done online. A good place to start is with the Google page for that partner. Look at the reviews, read the reviews. What are the quantity of the reviews? What are the ratings? Check out their LinkedIn page. Are they active? What kind of projects are they taking on? What kind of endorsements do they have? How many followers do they have? How long have they been around? These are all things that you're gonna see online without even asking them. Check out their photos. Photos reveal a lot. They reveal the environment that the work has been done in, how often the work has been done. Hopefully there's some pictures also of the company, their office. How transparent are they? Can you see into what it's going to be like to work with them? Do the pictures show quality? Do they show professionalism? Lastly, take a look at their website. What verticals are they working in? Do they list the verticals, or are they everything to everybody? Are the solutions you're looking for listed on their website? Is it something they regularly offer? What is their main line of work? Are they historically just an alarm company, for example, that is now doing access control and surveillance? Are they a managed service provider who mostly does IT, but now is offering cabling? At Empire, we believe you should work with a company that you can trust and someone who's looking out for your best interest. Don't put your project at risk by choosing a mediocre partner. Partner with a company you can trust.